profile of
Gogeta Zeno.
Ooh, look at the boy Knight, man. All right, talk about the deck profile, man. How did you treat you today?
It was pretty good. I got top 8, 7-1 in Swiss.
What was your loss to?
I lost to 2 people, Andrew Duvall and Andrew Duvall. So
Swiss and top cut.
Yeah, once in Swiss.
The eventual winner. No, I wouldn't feel bad about that, man.
No, it was razor thin.
Yeah.
I misplayed. I
heard about the top cut one. That was rough. Yeah.
But good player. Shout out to Andrew. He deserved it. I told him as soon as after he beat me, I knew he was gonna win it.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Great player, great guy.
All right.
So, leader, when you swing, you draw a card, take a life. One neat thing about it, you can draw first and then decide if you want to take a life. So a lot of times I drew the card and then I chose. Activate main, you can work up to the top 5 cards of your deck. All the stuff plays off warp, so you want it in there. Just gotta be careful not to deck yourself out. And then once per turn, when you Union Fusion, you draw a card. So you can draw 2 per turn. Awaken, you untap 1, draw 1. On the backside, when you swing, you draw, and again, once per turn, when you Union Fusion, you draw. Same thing to work top 5, but it's on swing. And then he has another effect. Once per turn, you can take a life to give 2 1-drops 10k. A lot of people forgot about that and got killed by 1-drops during the day, and that's just a pretty one.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So the main engine is the Union Fusions, the Gogetas.
4-4-3.
4-4-3. The reason for 3 on this one is he's really, really good. The thing is, if you go first, you can't play until your turn 3.
Okay.
So you got a lot of tight space in the deck, and you have to cut somewhere. So I figured this was potential, and it was fine. He's barrier, 20k, and then you can bottom deck him to play 2 1-drops by paying 1. He saved me a lot of times because I was about to deck out, and then I put 2 or 3 of these on the bottom of the deck, and saved myself. Like there were a couple times I went to 1 card deck. My opponent played awkwardly because they thought I was going to deck out, and then I stuck 2 or 3 of these on the bottom, lived, and then got the kill. People forget about that.
Yeah.
This one, 1-drop, Union Fusion. It's got blocker. It can warp a battle card 4 or less. The big thing is it can hit barrier. Probably the biggest thing was useful for all weekend was poutine.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Every time
definitely.
you play the poutine,
You clear it instantly.
Immediately do that. And then thwarting. This is the best black
The god card. Yeah.
Maybe the best card in the game.
Yeah.
Play it on 1, double strike, swing, warp a battle card. Very broken. So, in order to play those Union Fusions, you have to move Goku Zeno and Vegeta Zeno, one of each, of equal power, so which is 5k, from either warp to drop or your hand to drop. So this one's an easy one. It's just a super combo, and it fills that requirement. This one's mainly good against blue. It's deflect, 1-drop. When you swing, you take a life, you make it 15k. And if your opponent untaps from a non-awakened skill, from Bean or Soul Striker, they warp. Yeah. So those are our targets for Vegeta. Goku similar, deflect, 1-drop becomes 15k. But when they play a counter once per turn, they warp a card from their hand. This one was super good, and everybody told me it was bad. It's double strike. They add a card from the deck. I killed a lot of people with this card. It's once per turn on both players' turn. So if they draw on their turn and then their super combo on your turn,
it's 25 base. And then that's not even including the leader.
You take lead.
Yep, 35 off rip. No before a combo. That's insane.
That snuck up and got me a lot of wins. This overwhelm is just super free. It's not the most powerful overwhelm, but it gives you
definition of free though.
Right, you want to overwhelm every turn, so it goes for 3, and when it goes from field, or your deck to your warp, it goes back to your hand. So when you warp it off leader skill, they just go right to your hand.
You just drew another card.
Warp all 4, and all 4 just go to your hand. And then to make sure you have an overwhelm for next turn, it goes back to your hand. Sometimes you want to do a different one, but it makes sure you always have a target. Supreme Kaya Time, and we want a Smoke Dragon. Kaya Time puts herself at the bottom of the deck to play this unison for free.
How do you enjoy the smoke over the Pycon or Mira?
It's the best one.
Okay.
Mira gives you the kill shot, but this gives you the consistent draw. So you draw 1 on lead swing, you draw 1 on Union Fusion, you draw 1 on smoke.
Okay.
A lot of times I resolve this every single turn of the game, and then you're drawing 3 per turn. And it also, both times I played Duvall, I went swing, he sided in the draw 8, he comboed.
Oh, you just warped it, yeah.
Tapped 1 for smoke, warped it, drew a card.
That's fine.
And I warped some higher dragons too, so against Icarus, if you warp the higher dragon,
That's plus
it hurts a
value.
lot. And then this also kept me from decking out sometimes. So you put it to the bottom, play smoke, but you don't do the draw, like if you're about to deck out. And then it also helps against repost. You play it, you tap it off repost, and then you get the draw. But that's the one to go with. We went with 3 because you never need to see more than 1 in a game. 3 felt fine. That's out of the core, so into the tech. If you play an aggro with black, you need to play Super Kamehameha. Floodgates suck, so... and this did a lot more than Floodgates. Stops the Pan SCR. Well, it doesn't stop the effect, but it
stops it being played, yeah.
Right. And then a lot of times against like Icarus, I did this on their higher dragon play.
To warp it, yeah. One shot, warp it, yeah.
There's just a lot of instances where that's good even outside of the counter aspect. Played 2 of this Kai negate. It gets a lot of value. Ideally, it can stop 3 attacks in a perfect world. You negate, you warp the card.
And you combo, just get out the other one.
And then you combo to get out of the other one.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't think you need more than 2. You don't always need to see negates, but that's the number. This was probably the MVP card that I put in last minute. Shout out to Johnny Taylor on this one. We were teching the night before. He convinced me. I was on the bubble. He kind of convinced me to put this in. When you overrun for this, you can't play another one your next turn, and your opponent can only swing 1 time with a battle card. This is the Time Master card. So with the new time rules, I won twice because of this. 2 times the tiebreaker is most life. So I went play this, play 2 of the blockers.
Oh, it's not possible.
2.
Yeah.
That's how I beat Nick Menard in the last round, and I felt bad that I had to win that way, but it was Gogeta Zeno.
It is what it is.
Life.
Yeah.
I played this, put up 2 blockers, and put negates.
That's it. It is what it is.
I had to cheese it, but that's the Time Master card. Ss4 Goku, this is a 30k beater, but he also grabs a cost between 3 and 7 black battle card when you overroll. He's just good because he grabs anything you need. So he grabs this or he grabs thwarting. There were times where I warped all 4 thwartings off the top, and then I got it back with this, then went into it. You have to have this for the tutor just in case you warp what you need. You have to get it back. 1 Secret Identity Mass Sand. This one is a lot of decks in the format put a bunch of small guys on the board. You can warp up to 6 costs or less. He's just value against most decks that are in the format right now, and we have an additional one in the sideboard. 1 Hidden Power Supreme Kai can give double strike on a battle card during combo step. Pretty much this has to be in any aggro deck. Some play 1, some play 2, but you got to play some ratio of it. 2 Petrification main is really good in the mirror. You can negate their thwarting, you can negate barrier off this, then they can't bottom deck it. Sin is a really bad matchup. You can negate the 9-drop, and then that's what shuts you down. Very good card. Johnny also helped me think of that too.
The secret rare, that will be the secret movie for it.
This is probably the premier secret rare for the game now. Things that cost 0 are just good, so she reduces 2 costs. One thing is that the Super Kamehameha can hit other people's pans. The big thing is that you can play her on your turn for 0 as well, and she can also tap 1 and steal a battle card. Which
Heroine's Lineage,
pretty
baby.
useful format. I actually lost the game to Heroine's Lineage. I dumped all in and got clapped pretty hard.
Shout out to that guy. I would have gave him a high five, bro.
He got me good on that one. So the second secret ID, sometimes you don't need the Bardock overall if they're not an aggro deck. So this is just an easy board in because you don't need that card. 3 Koitsukai. So the game 3 against Evolve, this was the worst card in my hand turn 1. I put all 3 in. I charged it. I did my top 5, and the first 2 cards were 2 Koitsukai. So it didn't put in the work it should have, but it's in there to do that. Also cooler. Bad matchup's cooler, and this helps. I play Sin, and Eddie was actually trying to convince me to play Sin last minute.
Bro.
So I side decked 4.
I hate,
So when you combo with this, if you're plus 3 energy or less, you kill a 30k or more battle card, ignoring barrier. It's good against Red Broly, and it also kills the Sin 9-drop. It's a really bad matchup, but if they tap it on 2, you swing lead, they want to save the revenge blocker for one of your battle cards. You combo, kill the 9-drop, they're tapped out. And then if you don't kill them on 2, you're going to push them so low, they can't recover. 2 Protector of the People is for aggro mirrors. You negate, you pitch a card, and then when they swing with a battle card, you get 5k and the stacks. Helps you survive. 2 max power. I also still don't like playing against Sin. You warp the big bodies, and then it also helped me against some hand destruction because I was negating and then put it back in hand. Extra petrification if you need it. And so this list is perfect. I would not change a thing. I think it's the best version of Gogeta Zeno that you can build. Except this card was trash. I never used it. I never ever used it.
Except the last two. I'm dead.
Absolutely useless in the deck.
What would be
unless
these
you're
two cards?
playing Hatchiyak. If you're playing Hatchiyak, you need.
Oh, so you would keep it in.
This was in there in case I played Hatch, but then I just realized if I play Hatch, I'd probably just lose anyway. Because they play this and they play better cards that work around the board still. So if there's any match that's not Hatchiyak, I don't know why I'd ever play this. I don't know why I put it aside. I made one bad decision in deck building, and that was it. Put something else
very
in
well.
there. So shout outs to everybody on the team. Okay, Trey, my bunkmate, also made top 8. Eddie and George for helping us out with everything. Johnny for helping me last minute with doing the text, and Juha. Everybody back at home. I like the deck. Play it. In my opinion, it's the best version of the list you can build.
Oh, perfect, man.
Yep.
Oh, see you again.
Thank you.